Media is still so young that it's impossible to say, for example, what the long-term effect is on monogamy or marriage. But we know a lot of the short-term effects. For example, people are dating, people who are using social media for dating are dating more. They're going on more dates with more people. They have less anxiety about those dates because there are so many of them. The stakes aren't quite as high as they used to be. So there's a broad range of effects. Facebook in a relationship is kind of the trouble with Facebook in general, which is that many parts of our lives that we used to reserve maybe just for family or just for certain groups of friends are now made public so that many people can see them. And that gets especially tricky at the beginning of a dating relationship where, for example, a couple has not yet established the kind of intimacy interpersonally to talk through past relationships, family lives, jobs, hobbies, all the things that it takes several months maybe to learn about each other in a relationship is now accessible within the first day if someone is active on Facebook or another similar social media site. And so you end up with people who at their very first date already know all kinds of things about each other, and that informs everything about the way that we relate to each other once you get to the date and once you are having that face-to-face conversation. Somewhat similar, except that it seems like the proliferation, especially of sites like Tinder and OkCupid and the other sites that are specifically geared toward dating but have that kind of social media component. In other words, they give you a chance to share photos with each other and to chat and to kind of build networks of people. The sheer proliferation is something that I never experienced myself when I was in college. There were people who were looking each other up on, it was probably MySpace in those days, and so that had some similar effects. But now it seems, if there's a person who goes on a single date and everything isn't absolutely perfect with that date, that it is so much easier to find somebody else to go on a date with you the very next night if you want to. And so, in my opinion, and it's hard to say again what the long-term effect of this will be, there's kind of a diluting of dating culture because there's always going to be someone else on Tinder or on OkCupid or somewhere else if something doesn't work out. And it used to be the case that people would work through problems and would, face into them and try to talk them out. And I think maybe now people are a little bit less motivated to do that because they know that there are lots more fish in the sea.